Prosecutors have identified a man they say is responsible for 2 brutal rapes. One of the victims just 13 years old. And they're catching these guys in a unique way. News Channel 5's Michael Baldwin live in the newsroom. Michael, they're indicting their DNA?
That's correct, Chris. The prosecutor's office has indicted 76 DNA profiles, people who have no names but they believe raped women in the county. They know who some of these men are, but not all of them. They believe in the end they'll get a match between the DNA and the rape kits and solve some of these decades-old rape cases that to date have not even had a suspect. For years, this man had no face, no name, only an allegation that he raped a 13-year-old girl and a 37-year-old woman. Now, with George Young's DNA connected to the victims, prosecutors say they got their man.
This is an indictment. This is the charge against who we now know to be George Young. Last year, when we indicted George Young, we didn't know his name. We just knew that he was a serial rapist.
Prosecutors had already indicted Young. Well, kind of. They indicted his DNA. In fact, they indicted a total of 76 DNA profiles connected to rape kits. 21 of the 76 were not in their database because they hadn't been arrested on unrelated crimes. Young's conviction last March on felonious assault allowed law enforcement to get his DNA, which made him the first of the 21 John Does indicted to now be charged in the cold case rape.
He thought that he could get away with this. And this tool now allows us to reveal who he really is.
A News Channel 5 investigation last February uncovered 4,000 rape kits not tested in Cleveland. Since then, most have been turned over to the Attorney General's office to be processed. The oldest cases were reaching their 20-year limit for prosecution. By indicting the DNA profiles, it stopped the clock.
Too many of our women have been subjected to an unjust system. A system that has not been able to answer their desperate calls for justice.
Bringing a 20-year-old case to justice gives hope to a lot of other victims.
Sandra Miller is president of the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center.
This is encouraging to a lot of people who were not sure if they wanted to come forward or not, but to think that even after 20 years, people still care and people are still working on your behalf to bring justice.
All right, the prosecutor's office said it could be 3 years before they get through all the cases. We'll have on your side. I'm Michael Baldwin, News Channel 5.